Welcome to Perfection is Fake Podcast.
And this week's guest member is
Axel Rubio.
Are you aware that this month's topic is family support?
Yes.
Yeah. And how would you say that you could relate to that?
Well, yeah, I think I think I have pretty supportive family.
That's good.
In what ways? Like, has there been a specific event or something that's happened that's brought y'all closer?
Or yeah, like aspects like school.
Yeah, I think like mainly school aspects. I mostly come to my parents. I'm like, oh, I gotta do this. We're going like I don't want to do it.
And are they supportive and like being like?
Yeah, like, but ni modo. But yeah, but it's not like they're judging me. So I think that's what like counts as supportive.
So with like, let's say you had a project and it's like build a spaceship. Would you have to like? Would they be like, oh, let me go buy the tools and te la traemos, like we got you?
Yeah, depends. Like if it's like a last minute thing, yeah, they're like, no, that's your responsibility. But if it's like,
I get that a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, no, me hubieras dicho antes. Ya está todo cerrado. But yeah,
Those projects
See
that
how
are due
mine
the
be?
next day at 11:30 at night.
yeah,
11:59 actually.
yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. So yeah, materials.
Who's like the closest family member in your family support circle that you would say you have?
Like from my household, it would be my sister. But in general, I think it's my sister, my cousin, my older sister, my cousin.
Aww. What does your family dynamic look like?
So I have a little brother and a little sister and an older sister, and both of my parents. Mom
Is there
and dad.
like a difference? Like you feel like you trust your little sister more, or I mean your little younger sibling? I'm sorry, or like your older siblings more? You think there's a gap between there?
Yeah, I think I trust my older siblings more.
True question is, would she defend you? Like if you were to do something, would she be there for you in a heartbeat?
I mean, it depends on mainly what it is, but I think in most of the cases she would.
Gotcha.
That's good. That's a good connection to have.
And in many cases, people are often more comfortable with sharing stuff with their cousins, or rather than their parents. So, how would that be for you?
Yeah, I think I can relate to that. I just naturally feel more comfortable sharing and talking about personal stuff with my cousins rather than my parents.
And are there like any family events or like family traditions that you have with your parents to like keep y'all closer?
Well, for the past, I think 5 years, we've been going to Mexico during the summer and during Christmas break.
Aw, and is there like anything? Oh, like for Christmas, do y'all have anything special? Like go to a certain place to eat or do something together as a family?
Or like
Oh.
some type of tradition?
Yeah.
Well, we just go to posadas with my parents.
Mm. Do you have family members in Mexico that tie y'all down over there?
Yeah, I have, from my dad's side, I have two aunts and a few cousins. And from my mom's side, it's most of her family. It's just like 3 uncles, I guess.
Mm.
Which
For me, all my family's in Thailand and all my dad's family's in Mexico.
All my family's in
that's how it is for
Mine just haven't happened.
my mom's family's in Mexico as well, and my dad is here.
I don't know about mine.
Uh,
No, I'm just kidding.
We're sorry for.
It's okay.
My grandparents' families is all in Mexico, but we have this like huge tradition, like the way I was asking you. We go to the centro, like the center of the town, and there they always host like stuff for Christmas. They always have like rings around of like fireworks, and on New Year's Eve they light them. But for Christmas, you kind of just go there and like give money to put fireworks there, and it's a key tradition because we all go there and we all expect something in return. So like you go there and you get a gift, or you go there to have like it's something cute. It's especially for the little kids. Because when I was little, I loved doing it. But now that I'm older, it's kind of something that I'm just so used to.
Repetitive.
Yeah, it does get repetitive, but it's always like one day when I go back there, they're not gonna be there, So
Yeah,
you don't hit different.
the only tradition that I know that for my mom's side at least that we do is every February 21st we go and visit my grandma's grave. Because it's like the because she she could just it's celebrating memory of her.
Your grandma's grave?
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, that's like the only thing that brings us all together. But I know that like when I go like to college or something, I don't know we'll see them like that.
And would you say you're closer to your mom or your dad?
I think it also depends on the situation, but I guess I'm closer to both. There's some things I feel comfortable talking to with my dad, and other things that I feel more comfortable talking to with my mom.
What are some instances in which you have to like pick a parent? So like, what would you tell your mom? What would you tell your dad?
Yeah, like have you ever had to?
Oh yeah.
Like for when it's mostly like school related, I just like tell my mom, but I haven't really like opened myself with my parents enough to say that I have picked a parent in any situation.
Are they like the traditional like tough cover, like they want you to respect them, so it's kind of hard to talk to them, or the more of like a friend parent?
Both. It's
Really?
'cause- yeah, it's because so my dad is like, he's a pretty funny guy. he likes to joke around a lot, but he also gets serious in certain occasions. But yeah, mostly they always ask for the respect, and yeah, so I have to respect them sometimes. But I don't necessarily have a reason or like a special circumstance in which I can say, oh no, it's because I trust my parents or something like that.
Dang.
Is there anything that in the past has happened that caused you or that caused y'all's relationship to like fluctuate? Anything that made it better and that made it worse?
No, not really. Well, not that I can think of at the moment.
Is there like a moment that you could probably think of which you realized like, oh, family support is really important? And if so, like what advice would you give someone who probably doesn't have strong family support?
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be your family. It can be like your friends or
Yeah.
but sometimes it's better to ask an adult, someone with more experience, because they probably have gone through whatever you've gone through.
You ever like just start thinking like, oh wow, like I'm really fortunate to have like a funny but like loving parent. Like whenever you start hearing about everybody else's experiences or whatnot.
All the time.
That's-
I'm pretty thankful for what I have as a family.
Yeah, your parents got divorced.
Wow, Daniel.
What about your
Yeah, my parents don't talk to each other, so beat that. Huh.
Guys, this is crazy.
That was intentional crickets.
That was supposed to be a moment for Solanka.
Yeah. No, that was
Yeah, I didn't mean it.
awkward silence.
That was a little that was a little drama dumb to say.
Yeah, but sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I do like judge my parents. Go, my parents do this and that, but then I hear the stories about the other people, and I'm like, wow, I'm blessed.
Have you ever felt like you've taken your parents for granted?
What you mean by that?
Like, have you ever?
Like you did something knowing like, oh, like I can get away with it.
Or yeah, like you took advantage of their trust in you.
No, well, I don't think I really like have or feel like I have like, oh, I like that too much of a going like to certain places privilege. So I haven't really come to the situation where I have taken advantage of their trust.
Oh, that's good. Do you feel like
Is there anything you're grateful for?
Well, yeah, my parents.
Yeah, that include like about your parents. Anything you're grateful for?
like what's one thing you don't realize like is really amazing about your parents?
That they talk to each other.
They talk to each other?
Yeah. And they're still together. They're still a loving family.
When you say talk to each other, you mean like they communicate to each other?
Yeah, they communicate. We all sit at the table whenever we go like eat dinner. We all sit in the table and just talk about our day.
They listen. Do you feel like they listen to you genuinely?
Now I really get interrupted most of the time. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, what is it? And then they start like speaking over me. And then they interrupt me again. But yeah, now they actually just do it on purpose, just like tease me and things. They're like, I'm talking. They're like, yeah, we know.
Would you say that's what like brings you closer to your parents? That like those little things where y'all eat dinner or like maybe play board games or something, like have a family night?
Yeah, I think it does bring us together. Sometimes after we eat dinner, we go take a walk and we just do with her.
Really? Y'all take a walk? Like the whole family?
Yeah, well, my sister sometimes doesn't go because she has homework, but yeah. But yeah, we go with my little. Right now, whenever we go take a walk, my dad teaches my little brother how to ride a bike because he doesn't know how to ride a bike without training wheels.
Like in the movies.
You got a good family.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm telling you, I'm blessed.
And you appreciate all that?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's like that you can remember? What's the latest like family event that you just kind of admired? You know. Like a party or just like a dinner. Like whether or not they're like, son, like I'm gonna teach you how to drive, or like, son, like let's do this, or let family, let's go and fish. Like, what's the latest event?
Most of the time, my dad says, "Oh, let's go to the store." You're like, then he's like, "Here you go, you can have the keys, and you can drive." And then he starts screaming at me because I forget to get the stop signs. Wait, is that like legal?
You might want to cut that out.
So I am not driving next time.
So what car you in? I'm gonna make sure the steer clear.
I'll make sure to stop and let you go.
You just see Haxel blasting
Nah, it's mostly on the Walgreens by the Walmart right there.
Oh, thank you.
You know, like
Not go
when you
there.
go to McDonald's and then you go like through here and the Walgreens, there's like a stop sign. I was like, I'm gonna stop in this stop sign, and I just go past it. Like, I mean, but it's a parking lot, so yeah,
pretty much fine.
yeah, it's pretty much fine.
Still a stop sign, bro.
It's still a
I would know.
Just be like, the stop sign didn't see me. That's all I gotta say.
I just
No, I got a what's it called? I was driving one time. I got a warning because I didn't stop completely at a stop sign. Like I like rolled and I didn't stop completely. I went because there was no car, and there was a cop behind me, and he pulled me over.
Wow, you were messing with them.
Yeah.
so we don't know when there's a
So we don't know.
You did the lights or something? Brody really thought the car was playing dress up or something.
Is it Halloween? Why do they have those lights on top of their car?
I wonder who he's stopping right now.
All this is about family support, guys.
It's not about your driver's ed.
But yeah, but still, it's about trusting your parents. I know I still told my parents. I told my parents about that, even though I didn't have to because they wouldn't have found out. But I feel like it wouldn't be right not to tell them because I feel like it's something important.
I just don't tell my parents.
Oh.
I'd rather them not knowing.
Oh.
I'm
You just shove the ticket somewhere else or something.
You might want to be the guest member next time.
Right.
Oh, damn.
We can talk about the speech impediments if you have any.
So you have any family pets?
Pets?
Mm-hmm.
No. I think my last dog died like on. It was somewhere in April, I think.
What's up with
Yeah.
what's up with the dog with it?
It was a Chihuahua.
Oh,
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So we gotta be them Chihuahuas.
I have my little rats too.
Yeah, I had her since I was like 5, I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How
So-
did she pass away? Did
Uh,
y'all?
she,
Did y'all?
she had she had an infection in her uterus. I think that's what everybody told us.
Uterus?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And what did I?
Sorry. I just-
Yeah.
oh,
So she couldn't really walk, and we couldn't really like give ourselves to afford the surgery, and it was pretty painful surgery. So yeah.
I feel like pets also can be counted as family support.
Yeah.
So how's
for
your family
sure.
come together?
They don't. Well, I think like dogs. Like I really like to think it like there's this saying that they say that dogs don't talk because they demonstrate how love and loyalty can be demonstrated without words and just pure actions.
Oh, stop. That was sweet.
That's actually.
I saw it on TikTok at 3 a.m.
Oh.
Should've been asleep.
That's crazy.
So we're exposing ourselves.
Really? No, really.
You think dogs are the best pet, or what kind of?
Yeah, dogs are they're the most loyal pets. Yeah, them cats like they're cute and everything, but
They will
they have like 5 families.
They will skedaddle.
Oh yeah, they did be having like.
And they scratch too much.
No, they'll skedaddle at the first sign of danger, bro. Don't
There
get
was this
scared.
one time my little brother was holding a kitten, and you're like, oh look, he's so cute, and you're like,
That's
back his face. But it was a pretty funny sound. It was like it's not
Classic cat.
the little skinless cats.
Oh yeah, no.
they be the.
And would you say,
Devious cats.
How did we get to cats being hairless?
dude, that's what I'm
Like,
saying. We're going from like
yes.
one thing and then completely
Something
something
because
different.
pets can be counted as family support.
Yeah.
So like,
I know.
So what kind of family support did you have? So like, I'm assuming that was probably an eventful thing when your family pet died. Was there like an instance? Do you think that event brought your family closer in some sort of way, or?
No, I think it just mainly affected me. I was close to that dog. I feed her and everything. Sometimes when I go to take out the trash can, I hear her little steps like she got long nails. And then I turn around and there's nothing in there.
Would you say in that instance where you said like it mostly affected you, would you say like your parents or your siblings or maybe your cousins, who would you say helped you get through that more?
I think it was my sister. She tried to talk to me, but it didn't really work out. But I got over it.
Did your family understand like the significance of the dog to you?
Not really. Well, my mom was like, I think que te gusta sufrir, que te encariñas.
Oh.
Like, yeah, well, it's just me.
Were you the only one that you feel got upset, or like were you the only one devastated by it, and your other family was like, "Oh, I can enterrarlo, like let's move on."
Yeah, it was mostly like that.
Oh
Yeah, I'm
man.
sorry.
I know. I remember I used to have, before my chihuahuas, I used to have 3 pets, a cat and 2 dogs, and so they would actually get along. They would, surprisingly, they would get along. Like I have a picture of them whenever they would cuddle in the sun. And then the cat ended up having, I like those dogs. It ended up having babies, but I don't know what happened to the cat later on. But those dogs, we couldn't take care of anymore. They were getting too big, and so we had to get rid of them. Or not get rid. We did not kill them. We did not kill them.
But
Give 'em
Okay.
away.
Gave them away.
there we go.
Yeah. Okay, that sounded wrong.
Yeah, I had this. I found this dog in Walmart. Well, there was this one dude. He was like better than. Oh, it was like 3 dogs and thing. But yeah, we had that dog. It was a pretty cute dog. I have a picture of that thing. But it only lasted for no, he didn't die. Like he's in a better place, but he's with another
Better
family.
home.
Yeah, better home. Because we couldn't take care of him because we had to go to Mexico.
Hmm.
So
Do you feel like there are any family morals that you could bring onto your future family? You know, since you say you have such a nice household generically, do you think you could have a family and do the same activities with your kids, like take them out to eat, teach them how to drive, hopefully stop at a stop sign?
yeah, I mean, I would like to follow that tradition.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You think your family will still be there for you even when you have a family?
yeah. Like to go to the asadas or something. Because, well, before COVID, we were a pretty close family. We would just gather for no reason. Now it all of a sudden just stopped. But right now we're starting to get back together again and everything.
That's really good.
And is there any specific qualities that you've learned from your parents that you would like to pass down to your children or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I would like to, if I ever have kids or anything, I would like to bring them a pretty stable home and try to improve in things I think might try to be a better dad than my dad.
No, yeah, I say that all the time.
Even I want to be a better dad than my dad, but I thought that I can never be a better man than my dad. So, yeah.
So, what's something you would tell your kids about regarding your family?
Like advice wise?
Well, not advice, but like, you know how your parents may like tell you a story about their parents or something. Like, what's something you would share with your kids?
I would probably tell them the same thing my parents told me when I was your age, or something like that. But yeah.
Dope.
You know, I think about that a lot too. I always like, I feel like sometimes my parents just aren't there for me in some situations, and I always tell myself, like, when I'm looking to the future, like, I want to learn from what my parents didn't do or what my parents are doing and try to be a better parent myself. I feel like that's one of my biggest goals in life, honestly.
Yeah, me too. For one of my biggest goals, I want my kids to look up to me and want to be like me. You know?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be a bad example. If my kids don't want to be like me, that means I'm not being a good father to them. You know?
Yeah, I'd say that too, because for me, I feel like in my life, my brother was more of the father figure than my actual dad. I look up to my brother, and I do a lot of the things that I do because of him. So.
Do you think your life would be the same without him in your life?
No, I don't think it would. I just like he did soccer and it inspired me to start playing soccer, and that's what I do now. Like when I want to de-stress or just keep my mind off of things. It's kind of something I used to cope with things as well.
That's a healthy activity, which we'll get on later into.
And what about you? Would you say you have any healthy activities that you like doing?
Right now, I don't really play soccer anymore because we don't go to practice like last year.
Yeah, that's true.
Is there anything like with your family that y'all do together? Like I know you said walks, but
yeah, we take walks, but sometimes like my dad says, go get the ball. We're gonna go like kick the ball first. Like
I will say so. Like one thing about my family, they've always supported the boys playing soccer like tremendously, like a big amount. They've always been like, let's take everything, let's take waters and towels that they may need. Or, like they're always they're the number one fans when it comes to the boys. For my dad, he was gonna go pro in soccer, and so they were like taking him to Dallas, Arlington, around wherever he needed to be for those games. And so I feel like them being so supportive and those activities inspired them to do better. So like my brother right now, he played soccer for the longest, but then he got introduced to basketball and he started to become like a lover to hoops or whatever it's called. Hitting the net or something like that is what he calls it. He loves playing basketball now, so my parents are they're learning to get adjusted because they're so used to having soccer kids, And so like the family support, I feel like it's really important because my brother's able to thrive now because they'll, instead of taking him to a soccer field, they allow him to go to like a court and start, practicing his basketball and like the dribbles and all those techniques he has to do. They're not the type to judge him for him wanting to play another sport. So I don't know, I feel like family support and that's important.
Yeah, they just want him to be play a sport, be active.
Yes, they just want him to be active.
And without that, it's a little harder to do things that you want to strive to do. Like say you don't have your family support in school. They probably won't let you go to school events or sports. They won't let you go to sports events if you don't have family support with that. Family support is very important.
I feel like it's hard to thrive in an environment that doesn't want you to thrive.
Yeah. Well, my parents personally, they're not the biggest soccer fans or anything, but they just want me to play a sport, be active, distract yourself. My mom didn't want me to go to a normal high school.
Mm-hmm.
To play soccer because she was it's more like a hobby than an actual sport because you don't want to be a soccer player, right? I'm like, no. And yeah.
If you were to tell your mom tomorrow, Mom, I want to be a professional tennis player, do you think she'd support you?
She was like, no, mijo, yo creo que ya muy tarde.
Gotcha. Or what if you were to cut to your dad and be like, Dad, I want to professionally dance,
He would be like, pues pónganse a bailar, ¿no? Y lo voy a traer. We can see what we can do after that.
Really?
Right now, I was learning how to play the guitar, but my dad was like, oh yeah, we can ask your uncle. He has the guitar, and I was like, oh okay. And then like he was like, right now like we can only have this, but if I see that you're like progressing and everything, that it's actually something you want to do, then we can just like go and get a better guitar and type of thing. So they're pretty supportive. Yeah.
That's good. Would you say you see that same support in your older sister? Like they support your older sister as well?
Well, my sister's more like an artist, so she does her stuff, animals and everything. So she's more like, they're more like, right now she's it's like the type of her business and thing. Like,
She does
crocheting, right?
Crocheting. Yeah, she'll like, oh that's her, like that's her thing. But yeah, I think they're pretty supportive. It's just like, as long as that hobby doesn't become a problem, like with school and everything.
So they're okay, but they're more worried about your academic career
Yeah.
instead. That's good.
They don't. Well, they're like, it's not. They're not the type of parents they want me to be a doctor or anything, but they just want me like to like not earn money the way my dad does. He wants me to use more like my brain than my hands.
Oh, I see what you mean. Trabajo like inside, basically inside work.
Like you don't gotta like get a job to be rich. Just get a job to live.
Oh, that's good. That's actually a good one. My grandpa's always said like, I'd rather you be freezing in a building than be like sweating like crazy outside working in the heat. He just said it's I don't know. There's more. He doesn't want to see like his little girl like outside, trabajando, working in like construction. You know what I mean? He'd rather see me like in an office or right. He'd rather see me like in an office like wearing a coat kind of thing, being somewhere that's like not so labor induced.
I don't know. Like,
And is there any last thing you would like to say, or like any advice you would like to give people about relating to family support?
Well, yeah. Well, as hard as it can be, like, there's always gotta be someone you can talk to. But it's better to look for like an adult, because they have a different perspective than someone your age. They've also experienced whatever you might be going through. But anyway, you could have the best advice in the world, but it's up to you if you want to take it.
That's good.
Well, thank you for joining us on episode 1, part 3 of Perfection is Fake podcast, and make sure to tune in next week for episode 1, part 4.
bye.